So I want to just briefly talk about, give you an introduction to ROBOTC. Just FYI, most of the things I'm going to mention are included in the 233 PowerPoint that you can access on my PLTW. So let's get started with ROBOTC. So a couple of things about ROBOTC. You can get there by going to the Start menu, clicking All Programs, and then there's a ROBOTC folder here. And it's very important that you click on the ROBOTC for VEX Robotics 4.x, not the graphical. So you want to click on this one right here. When you pull it up, it's going to look like this. It will open up with the Start page. So any kind of updates from VEX or from ROBOTC are going to appear here. Anytime there's a new version of ROBOTC or any firmware updates, those are going to be located here. Your text functions are located over here in this part of your window. And then very general tools or tools that are used really often are up here on your toolbar. So I first want to show you how to access a sample program. You can actually access the PLTW template by going to your files. If you go under the General Student Resources, you can scroll down until you find the PLTW template.c. So anything that is ROBOTC is saved as a .c file. And so you can click on that. It'll give you a little preview of what that looks like, and then you can actually download that and make sure that you know where it is. And when you open it up, it looks a little bit like this. So this is the Project Lead the Way template. Very important. Anytime you open up the template, you want to make sure that you do a save as immediately. So otherwise what will happen is you start to edit it, and then you do a save, and then you've ended up saving your code where the template is supposed to be. So make sure you do first do a save as and call it something different whatever your program is, so that you maintain the template as a blank template for you. So this is what the template looks like. A couple of things you see here. Number one, you see a multi-line comment. Anything in green in ROBOTC. ROBOTC is great at giving you different colors that kind of verify what the code is supposed to be doing. So anything that's green tells you that it is a comment that the compiler or the program is going to ignore. So what we see here, anything that starts with the / and asterisk, anything between that and the asterisk / is going to be ignored. So all of this stuff is not going to be read by the program. Also, you have a single line comment. So you can type 2 / and then anything that you type after that is going to be ignored by the program. As soon as you open up a new line, though, you'll notice that it's not green because it was just a single line comment. Another thing that you see here in this program is a task main. So anything in your program that you're going to be creating is going to be within these curly braces here. So all of your program will be located between these two braces. So for instance, if we do a start motor, you can tell whatever your motor is called. So if you've called it right motor or RM for short, you could tell it to turn right motor on, 64 power. And that would be one line of code. That would be telling the motor to turn on at a speed of 64 or a power of 64. So that would be one line of code. If you wanted to stop the motor, you can write stop motor. You notice anytime you write something that ROBOTC recognizes, most of the time it'll give you a little pop-up here. If you notice that it doesn't give you that pop-up, you can go up here to view and then make sure that the code completion is checked. That's just a tool that ROBOTC has to kind of help you out and help you complete your code or write code of what it thinks you're trying to write. So I could double click on that and then finish it off with the rest of the line of code. So in this case, I would have started the motor and then stopped the motor. So I could add, just for reference, a code here that says start right motor, and then down here I could add another single line comment that says stop right motor. And this would be ignored by your program because it's in green, and I've created just a single line comment here. So this is kind of an introduction to ROBOTC. We'll get a little bit more into detail with some other features of ROBOTC as we get going, but those are the basics. Actually, before we finish here, I want to make sure and verify a couple of things, and you can verify as well on your computer. We want to make sure that under the Robot tab here, that under the VEX Cortex communication mode, that it's selected USB. We're not going to be using VEXNet in here, so we just want to make sure USB is selected. Also, we want to make sure that it's using the VEX 2.0 platform and the natural language. So make sure that all of those are enabled by a little dot or a check. And those are the only things that you need to make sure are selected. Again, if you want the code completion there to help you write the code, it's really helpful, especially when you're starting the code. Another thing here, you can actually change the view. If you're more expert level at ROBOTC, you can choose an expert level and it will display more text functions here for you that are available to you. But just when we're starting off, we're going to keep that at basic because we're only doing basic functions. So there you go, Introduction to ROBOTC.